you squinting-eyed at me for?
I never know when you're. I want a green and red light on there. It says on air, off air.
Okay. Sure thing. Sure thing, boss.
Look, we're gonna have class tonight.
That's right. Electrical class.
Electrical class.
The teacher's gonna teach.
Yes. Well, welcome to Incredible Tiny Homes, everybody. Let's get the show on the road, huh?
Well, hello, everybody. Everybody saying hello, Randy.
Hi, everybody. We're doing electrical class tonight. Now, I know we did electrical last week, but we had a customer come in today that put down money on a house, and it was awesome and everything. And so when I was sketching out the plan, I guess I want to show you a little bit, because people have been asking, like, how many plugs do you put in the house? Or where do you put light fixtures? And how do you know to do that? We've been very fortunate where 99% of our customers, right, really leave that up to us. And what I'd like to show you is what I do to come up with that idea of how many plugs, switches, and lights and stuff come in it. And then you can add to that or not. But I'm trying to think, because we do have a small electrical plan that we do, but I walk through this house like it's my own home. And where I would want to sit, and where we'd want plugs and lights, so where we can see, and there's dark spots where there's lofts and all that. It's not a big house, so it doesn't take much to do it. So I guess what I want to do is show you all how I come about putting as many plugs and switches. So when Jeffrey comes here, he's our electrician. Y'all have met him. When we walk through a house, we walk in the door, all right? Where's the light fixtures? Which way is that door swinging? So let me draw you a little floor plan today, all right? This is what we did today with and I always do this as a sketch. So if I'm talking to somebody, and I think she wanted a 10 by 20 house. Now, it's not the scale. Everything's gonna be, not the doors and everything's not gonna look the same. So I say I go that distance from there, I'm trying to go as best I can eyeball it, okay? Well, this person was going to come in this corner here, and they wanted a small shelf, like an open pantry. They actually wanted their refrigerator right here, and then they wanted their door to swing this way, right? And then they wanted their kitchen to kind of go like this. So we had to figure out if this is a 3.0 door, 3 foot, and then you got a foot here, and that's actually more than 4 foot from this area to this area, right? Well, then if the house is 10 foot, it gives me 6 foot, but I've got a wall, I've got about 5 feet. Well, she wanted her window here, and you got a 2 foot for countertop. You see, can you guys see that? Mm-hmm. So the 2 foot is across here. So you got 2 foot here. So that only leaves us a little, it's gonna be less than 4 feet, because 6 foot is to the outside. Let me rate that. So you have a sink base right here. I put a little faucet is usually what I do. So a sink base is 36 to 48 inches. So really all you have is from that door to your countertop underneath here is one sink base right here. But then you have your 2 foot wide because your countertop runs this whole length.
Now, why would you swing your door in?
Well, people are wanting to swing them in now because we put the screen doors on.
And they're wanting that screen door.
Yeah. And we don't have to, but even if you don't swing it in,
You can't
let's
put
say
nothing there.
you can't put anything there.
Yeah, so.
So she can swing this open, have her a screen door that goes up like that. It'd be kind of nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if your 2 foot countertop is here, so she's thinking, okay, from this is 2 foot, so you got 2 feet here, right? And then how much countertop? And she's a big cooker. You have to have. She wanted her little eye right there. It's a stovetop, right? Mm-hmm. And then you got your range hood above it. We got to have some countertop to the side. So her and I came up with an extra 2 foot here. So you got 2, 4, 6. She's got about 6 feet here to here.
Okay.
So that's 8 feet altogether. Now we're going back. I said, okay, we got our kitchen kind of laid out. She knew what she wanted in her bathroom. So in her bathroom, she wanted, I think it was, let me remember, I think it was a toilet, a vanity, and over here was a shower, right? And over here was a washer and dryer.
Okay.
So that's 2 foot there, 3 foot for her shower. So from the outside of the house, the thickness of the wall is 4 1/4. So we want 5 feet inside to inside. And then she wanted a window right here. And I told her we could put some shelves above her toilet because there's nowhere else in there for a closet or shelving. But then I told her, you know what we could do? Let's do this. So she has a bathroom at this end, kitchen on the other, coming in like an RJO on the end, and here's the tongue, right? And she's on a limited budget, so she doesn't want to fill the tongue box. And this is an RJO. This is a 10 by 20 RJO. And I think the base price is 26 grand. Is that not crazy?
That's cheap for a
10
10 by
by
20.
20.
That's a big house.
She ended up walking out for $32,000 for a 10 by 20. She got a mini split, stained on the outside, just some stuff, I can't remember exactly everything, but 26 grand for a 10 by 20. That's the base price. That's 10 by 20.
Now I'm going to ask some questions as we go along
Yeah.
here. Donna says, why not sink under the window and a small closet?
Sink under the window.
Sink under the window.
There is a window right here, and there's a sink. There's a sink, there's a window. I'm getting to the closet.
Okay.
Yep. So she wanted to be able to hang her stuff up. So I told her you don't want to put a closet in right now because
In the bathroom, Donna said.
well, that would make the bathroom bigger, and we don't want to bring that wall out more.
Okay.
Now we could, but when you bring out the closet, if I brought out this wall, like here, then it offsets, almost both walls have to come out because you want to be in the bathroom. Here's a vanity. Now, what I'm thinking about is putting a closet right here.
Okay.
Right? So either she can access it from here, or from here. I'd probably either side, from in the bathroom or here. But the bathroom, if you get in here, this is about 2 feet that she has to reach in here if you make it in the bathroom. But she wanted to make sure she didn't lose a lot of living room space for a closet.
Now, how does that work with her having that closet right there? How does that work with the barn door that slides closed? It just goes right behind it, or how's that
This
work?
way.
Oh, it goes that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's your barn door. So we got the closets. That's why we're not done yet. So she wants a picture window over here, right? Sofa. So we ended up having 8, I think, and 5, and so we got 8 and 5 is 13 and 7 feet right here for her living room. Now that's just from the end of the countertop to here. So she got 7 here. Now she's able to put a small window here, and she can put a table right here.
Okay.
And she ended up liking that. Then she said, this is what we're talking about on the electrical end. So what I do is I walk through this house like I'm walking in the door. So this is our steps, right? We're walking in the door. If the door swings to the left, I got switches right here. And so what we do is we got a switch for the outside light. We got a switch for the kitchen light, usually a can light right here. And you're probably going to put one over here. And then you've got a range hood. It's got a light in it.
Okay.
So there's a double switch. And I can't show you guys. Well, you know what? This is what you would do. Electrical plan is by itself. So you got a switch and a switch. Then she asked me, she said, well, what do you do for countertop? Plugs, right? Well, if there's a countertop right here, which I think I think we can get 6 or 8 inches.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have a plug here, and that's a circle with 2 lines. I'll have another outlet here, a circle and 2 lines. I'll probably put another one here and another one over here.
Okay.
Now that's what I'm doing that I want to cook, or I want to, so she can have.
That's 4.
Yeah, so, and there's 2 circuits. So when you put a coffee maker on this one and a hot plate on this one, and then you come over here and got maybe another electrical appliance, a fryer or something, if you put all them on one circuit, that'll trip the breaker.
So is there so now are you just placing it as common sense?
Yes.
Or are you saying every 2 foot or something
No,
like that?
no. In a kitchen, it's well, there's a couple things.
Yeah.
Wherever you, if I have 12 inches of countertop here, you have to add a plug.
Okay.
That's kind of a rule.
That's a foot, right?
If I had 6 or 8 inches, I'm going to put a plug.
Right.
Because you can still put a small rice cooker,
Yeah.
a coffee pot, something
toaster,
there.
something.
Yeah, a toaster there. So that's why I want that there. Here, she's probably going to have a coffee maker or a rice cooker here, and you got
Right.
this is too big not to just have 2, and then you got your countertop on this left side.
Okay.
So what I want to say is, rest assured, we're putting enough plugs in these homes for you. Okay, of course you got your refrigerator, that's got a plug, right? And then you've got your table. I'm probably gonna put a plug here and a plug here under each window. So you got 2 plugs within 5 feet.
Okay.
One would have been enough, but she'd have to reach under the table to get to it. This way you got a plug and a plug. I love putting enough plugs
And
here.
2 over top of the kitchen, where it'll be 2 plugs, right? 2 outlets. So if she puts a microwave up top, like on a shelf or
Now, if we
something,
run a microwave,
what do
it'll
you
have
do?
its own electrical line to
Oh, it
where the
gets its own
microwave will
deal.
be. Yeah, so we need to know that ahead of time, because so she's gonna microwave, we'll put it up in the shelf.
Okay.
Now, if you have your sofa, of course, I'll put a plug on each side. Because if you're sitting here, you want to charge your phone, you got a laptop or a lamp you might need on each side. So inside this living room, you guys can see, I may even put one inside this pantry on a shelf.
Okay.
Okay?
That's a good idea.
So in just this room, that's what, 7, 8, 15, 9 by 15? Okay, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plugs.
Okay.
Inside, and then of course we got our fan, and this is what we do, right? That's your ceiling fan.
Ah, it's cute.
And then we go into the bathroom. Okay?
Now I have a question. At the couch in the bedroom, things like that. Is it more expensive to put something with a USB port?
You know, we can do that. USB ports, they're actually I think they're about $30 a piece.
Are they that much?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
God, well, everybody's
Nice to have.
Yeah, so you don't have to have your block always there. You can
And I was
just plug
thinking
your
about,
phone
I
up.
know, we sell our homes for such a low price, and every dollar counts,
yeah.
man.
Wow,
but
that's high.
I would like to incorporate 1 or 2 USB ports in the house, But yeah, that would be great to
Yeah.
have one on each side.
So if they do want that, they just need to ask for it and just get charged, accordingly for it.
Yeah.
Because some people that would be worth the money to them.
Sure.
It would be to me.
Yep. I know we use the little squares, but
I know, the little blocks.
yep.
Okay.
And then when you go in your bathroom, you're going to go in here. Be nice to have that closet there, because I could put a switch right on that little wall. These walls, normally I don't like a lot of switches by a shower. So-
Oh, Angie said they're 50. Shoo!
Yeah, they're expensive. So if you put a switch here, when you walk in the bathroom,
Yeah.
you put an S here. Let me see here. So there's one switch that normally would probably go over your vanity. You'll have a light over the vanity. Or you turn all the lights on at the same time. You could have a light. Of course, you're going to have a light in the shower, a
Now,
light over the vanity.
Jen said this, and I've always heard this, and I kind of know what it means. But Jen says GFI in the bathroom and kitchen, right?
That's right.
Okay.
GFI, ground fault interrupter.
And what does that mean?
The guy that invented that actually I heard this is a story, that he invented it to keep people from being electrocuted around water.
Oh.
So in a bathroom, you want your GFIs because there's water in the shower and tub, right? And in the kitchen, the same way with sinks. So he actually showed that he trusted it so much that he put his daughter in a bathtub, plugged an electrical appliance into the wall, into a GFI plug, and ran it and threw it in the tub.
No, he did not.
Yes. Yep. And
Oh my God.
it tripped. She did not get electrocuted.
Oh my.
So
Holy cow.
yeah.
Well,
so
that's a
they're-
good story.
They're super sensitive, So
gosh.
these are all GFI'd. Now what happens is you only need one GFI, and if you loop it to another plug, that makes that one GFI'd, even though it's not a GFI plug.
Dana said he should have went to jail for that. Maybe he did.
Back when we were kids, you could do stuff like that.
You did.
Dana said that, didn't she?
Leave Dana alone. Let her say what she wants
Throw
to.
him in jail. I think you ought to be rough on your kids.
Randy talks about, oh, I love everybody. No, he don't. See how he acts toward Dana?
Dana,
Rude.
Dana's the only one.
Rude.
She's the only one.
She don't care.
So you walk in here, we're going to put a switch. We can put a switch here for your light to come on your vanity. And sometimes we'll just put them, because it's a small bathroom, we'll go ahead and put your light in the light. We'll have another switch for your fan over here. We used to switch them by the toilet or something, but I just go ahead and just switch that. It's so close right in this area. So you got a light, and then we also put, near a vanity, we'll put a plug. And that's the GFI plug right there.
Yeah.
I'll probably put another plug under here, that window, and I usually like to put a plug under the toilet in case they want a compost toilet one day.
Right, true.
And so you got your light.
Now that's a good, I'm glad you brought that up. So if somebody wants to switch to a compost toilet from their standard, how hard is that to do? What do you do?
Hopefully, if you hopefully got a plug behind it. If not, you got to run a cord. You got to run some electrical, which you have to fish tape it from this plug back or figure it out. But it's not
the hole and everything. Like, what do you?
Well, you can take your old toilet off, right? And you'll have to cap it, keep the smell from coming up through there.
Yeah.
So you can put a little ball that inflates and it keeps the fumes from coming up.
Oh, good.
You could trim it up with some wood. Normally, what we'll take is a butcher block or a piece of wood, and we'll clean out the bottom of it, the circular flange that's on the floor, fasten it on the floor, and it's the same shape as your compost toilet, and it sits on it.
Megan wants to know, can you put a plug under the kitchen cabinets for under mount lights? What would you do if somebody wanted that? Like, so the cabinets ain't so dark. That's a great idea.
Electrical, there's all kinds of cool stuff to do.
There is.
All right? So if you have upper cabinets, you want lights to shine down, we'll run a wire for that. If you want toe kick lights that come from underneath, you can do that.
Great idea.
That's the things that we would not incorporate in a basic plan. But if you wanted that, then that's when we would include that. It would be a charge for that, but we can, and this is the time to do it. So when we're designing a home, what I wanted to show you all is that we put ample enough lights and plugs and switches. You also got an outside plug on the outside here.
And another one behind the washer and dryer, Deborah said.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
You got to run the washer and dryer over
And
here.
just really quick, because I know I keep interrupting you, but the sky is pretty. They were talking about it. Look how
it
pretty
is,
and
isn't it?
pink that is. It's a
Can you see it?
beautiful, beautiful sunset. It's been so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Been a pretty year.
Can
for
you guys see the
sunsets.
building out there?
They do.
Isn't that awesome?
Yep. And somebody brought up, and I can't remember who just said it or who was asking it, but whenever they go back to making the trusses they may have today, I'd like to film them doing one of them.
Building them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
kind of
Sure.
show the process.
Is that not amazing?
Is that not beautiful?
We put all them up in one day.
That is
That's cool.
amazing.
There's
And
a
all
lot
the
of-
videos, we put a ton of videos on YouTube to show, and we went on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, so it's all on there.
There's a lot of planning.
Let me see if there's any other questions before you start back. Yes, LED, somebody said. LED, what does that stand for? Do you know? Or
LED, I don't know what that.
They don't get hot, do
Yeah.
they?
No, they don't get hot. They don't consume a fraction of the energy.
Just real quick, just so I don't miss it, Randy, roughly how much would an extra 8x10 screen porch cost to put on a Freedom House?
Screen porch? That means it needs a roof,
That's a lot, ain't it?
door, screen, and everything. I'd have to figure that up. I really don't know. Yeah.
We'll work on that. Okay, we're all caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out, today was, people, we don't think about it. Our prices are online. But at 10 by 20, this house here is 10 by 24, and this is going to be a Highland home. It's big. It's got all the reverse
Yeah.
gables and shed dormers.
It's a
got
big
all
one.
that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But if you want just a regular RJO, this person is not going to go up in a loft, doesn't want a loft, doesn't want to have the temptation of storing anything up high. They want everything on the main floor. You can't beat that. So that house is going to have this reverse gable, right? Just like an RJO. and coming in the back. Right? Big picture window here. And probably another little window here. And we're gonna go ahead and, you know, we can put whatever in the gables and dress it up, you know, with siding, whatever we kind of do, metal roofing. Yep, all that for 26 grand.
That's
and that's
beautiful.
10 by 20.
It's a big house.
There's nobody in this country gonna do that.
Nobody's doing that.
That's a full
No.
kitchen, full bathroom, wood floors. Look, she's providing the vanity, she's providing the washer and dryer. We provide, of course, the shower and the toilet. She's providing the sofa. We got a full kitchen. I'm putting her the cooktop, the range hood, the ceiling fans, all the electrical, all the plumbing, all the trailer. Just 26 grand.
Come on.
Come on, man.
That's great.
And that's an RJO, everybody. Now, she's added a mini split, so she had to pay extra for that. You really don't need that in this. You could have a little bitty air conditioner, a little heater if you wanted to save even more money. I just like the fact that you can get in a beautiful home that would last you forever.
Yes.
For it's still around.
And not only that, but you can also, if your life changes, you can make money with it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Hey, now think about this. Think about this, y'all. What?
You said y'all like you're from
Yeah.
Tennessee.
10 by 20, a 10 by 20 home
Yes.
on an Airbnb. Now,
Nice.
under 30 grand. Pay for itself probably in 2.5 years.
Unbelievable.
Pay for itself. 10 by 20. Now, a 10-footer gives you a lot more room. Now, the tiny homes are really, people love the tiny, tiny houses, all right? They love the 8.5 foot wide, 16 foot long. They're great. But think about a 10 by 20 also. And put it all on the main floor. You can rearrange this whole thing, you know, and put bunks and everything right here. What?
The camera's right there.
Where you want me to look?
I see you looking at over there.
I'm looking at you.
You're not looking at me.
What am I looking at? The dust
right
flying
here.
in the air, Amanda?
What's the matter, Randy?
Between you and Dana, I had it.
What's new? What's new?
What's news, Snoopy Doo?
Wow, look how, Randy, come here, look how pretty that is.
In the camera?
Oh, yeah, look.
Oh,
Isn't that beautiful? Dana smacking. She's tired of you too. Me too.
yeah. Well,
Well, chill.
I'm done.
And you said, chill out, Randy.
Hey.
Chill out.
And on our beach area, I wanted to
Yes.
tell you we had 36 lots. So I go to Newport Utility today, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they've had 68 permits
Okay.
from the forest that we're putting power in. She looked at me, the secretary looked at me, she said, are we doing more? And I said,
You put them to work.
I said,
over.
yeah. She goes, I haven't even processed these yet. And I said, well, here's 36 more. And she goes, oh. She says, what are you doing over there? I said, there's people coming from all over the country to live in Cock County. She goes, well, we really appreciate it, but wow, there's just so much to do. I said, well, get ready, because we're putting the prairie in shortly, and it's going to be in by the first of the year. And she goes, oh, God.
Tell her she needs an assistant.
So she's got like 100 permits to all this paperwork
Randy,
and everything
you
to
put
do.
the pressure on them.
She said, you got your sewer in? I said, yeah, I'm working with David today. We're putting sewer in, putting the pumps in. We got estimates.
Awesome.
And everybody, listen.
Ooh.
I've been a contractor, a licensed contractor for the state of Tennessee.
Yes.
Got my first license in 1992. And then after the resort and the crash in '08 and everything, and the world died and everything,
World died.
I just gave up on being a contractor.
Yes.
I was never wanted to build again. And but as it would happen, there was a gentleman, an older gentleman that my friend was working for, that had he was a what do you call it, investor, and he wanted me to build homes for him.
Yes.
So I went back and took my license test again. So I passed the builder's license twice, the business and law, the practical, and all that. Well, I only worked for him for about a year, and I was like, you know what I need to get out of building is just the rat race and everything of custom homes and all that. So I got out of it, and I let it go. Well, now with what we're doing here and developing and all that, that allows if I had my contractor's license, it would kind of help us benefit on pulling permits and some other things that we got to do throughout the state. So now we know that we can get, my license was kind of in limbo.
Yes.
We found out today I can get my license.
That's awesome.
So I can get my contractor's license. I can get a utility installation. So you know how we had to wait on the community for all the infrastructure?
Yeah.
I can pull all the permits and do it myself.
So you can do it yourself.
So for the beach area and for the prairie and for whatever else we
so
do in the state of
nice.
Tennessee, I can pull all
How soon can you
the
get
permits.
your license?
It won't happen until December.
Well, sugar. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, the next meeting is in November. They have to pass it. Once they pass it, it's November 20th, and then it's about a week after, so it's the
Well.
1st of December. If they, and I gotta go before the board and all that and stuff, you know.
Well, that's great news.
Do I have to wipe my eyes? Is that why you're doing that?
No, I got moisturizer.
Amanda sends me so many signals. I don't know what. Ooh, that was a good one.
Did you need that signal again?
That was loud and clear. I got that signal.
You know, it's funny. This lady, she said this. She said, "This is not meant to be mean. It's very endearing." When Amanda laughs, I picture the witch from Bugs Bunny clicking her heels together and zooming off, hairpins flying. I used to love that witch.
That's the same thing I see. And I physically see it, not imagining it. Click, click.
Oh, I
Yeah.
better get off that.
So everybody,
Love that.
it's just cool news, you
That's
know?
great news.
Yeah, so things are happening here. As you guys can see, this beautiful structure that we're doing,
Oh yeah.
we're closing in the other end for winter. I don't know if you can see the metal up there. Can't really
Not
tell,
really.
But we put metal there today. We're gonna close in the
Oh, I
rest of it.
do.
So we're getting ready
Yes.
for winter. We've got some big wood stoves we're putting in here for the guys. All this is just knock off the chill. We'll be adding more
Yeah.
lights and some fans. As you guys can see, this business always needed this, but we
Yes.
never had, you know, enough work, enough building and stuff going on. So if we're able to add, as you can tell, any kind of company that makes a little bit of money, you always got to add your infrastructure and what we're doing. So this is just part of business. I like this.
It is.
I'm
It's
not
growth.
putting
That's what-
putting money in my pocket or anything. I'm adding to it, and we have to do that for years until we get to
Yeah.
a certain point. So
I wonder why it done that. Let's see. Okay, we're back. I don't know why it did that. Real quick, about the about when, with all that information and everything, what about the community? When do you think it might open?
talk to the city. They're calling me almost every day now. So we talk to the city. The way we redesigned the sewer, we're going to put a whole nother set of sewer pumps in the community. We were going to use the ones we have that I paid for over here, $10,000
Yeah.
for pumps. We're going to put them over here.
Great.
New ones. So they're going to install them. He told me that that's installing here shortly. They've ordered them. They're going to get going. The surveyor is done with the profile and the elevations of the manholes. They had to know how deep they're going to go. So that's all been done. And he said he is calling the contractor to come in. So he's calling the contractor, which we could do it ourselves, but because my license, we didn't know I could have my license. We didn't know I could pull permits and be certified and all that. So anyway, I've got to wait for a guy to come out here that they use to install. So it's still not a definite date saying, hey, this is when we're going to start
But
on.
wow, it's moving good. Real quick, where are we at with the beach? Because the last time that we talked, I think that was Friday or Saturday, there was 12 already
Well,
taken.
to back up on the community,
Yes.
listen, everybody, we were just going to have phase 1 done.
Yes,
And I thought we wouldn't get to phase 2 till next year.
it's amazing.
So now we got all 68 done,
That's crazy.
and they'll be in by the first of the year, I know, okay?
Jesus.
So we'll have the whole forest is done.
The whole shooting match.
And I'm hoping by then, we may even have the beach done by the first of the year,
Could you imagine?
okay? If I can get my license and I can get it's gonna be close, I can't guarantee, but man, it'll be close. So right after the first of the year, I'm sure we'll be, and the beach is great because it's winter. It's all concrete. We can work right through the rain, mud, there's nothing to contend with. So then we have the prairie. And so I'm gonna start wrapping my head around that prairie and see how we're gonna lay that thing out. I wanna have some fun with that. And I think it's gonna be cool. We got a lot of people interested in the prairie. I thought, you know what, why not? We'll try to do the prairie.
And Cheryl is asking, Amanda, is there any lots left in the forest? And I don't know if a
Yes.
list is on it. Okay, you might know the update.
Yes, we had a customer that had 3. She took hers out of the forest and put them into the beach.
So we've got 3 available.
But there was that other one, remember, that.
And I haven't got with Alyssa to see what the situation
So
is with
I
this
am
possibly.
almost sure, unless somebody had some deposits today, because there was a couple
Oh, wait a
people
minute,
today
there-
that came in.
Yep. And I don't know where they went.
And there was 4 over the weekend that came up available.
Oh, yep.
So just call Alyssa in the morning, email us, and
Email the
we'll let you know.
community,
But there were
yes.
4 available over the weekend. Yeah, people shuffling around a little bit, you know? Yeah. But think about having the beach
now
done.
real quick, Donna said, wasn't there 2 phases in the forest? Can you explain that?
Yeah, well, we didn't really know. I thought there was gonna be 3, but we ended up doing all of it at one time. You know, we got the first phase like you all knew about. We did that, and then we turned around and said people were so excited about it and wanting more lots in there, so we went ahead and just put in the second road, and in the way it laid out, we put in 2 other smaller roads, so there's actually 4 streets in the forest.
No, crazy. It's
And a
awesome.
central park, all right?
Walk around.
And I've already talked to Yump today, he's our excavator, and we put the walk around, I guess we'll call it a walk around or a walkabout.
Yeah.
Inside, and we're going to go ahead and just make that happen.
Yeah, the walk path and stuff like that.
Yep.
And 2, I know that Victor and Yvonne, I know most everybody knows them on here. They've been posting, I think on the Incredible or the Tiny Homes site on Facebook or whatever it is. I can't remember the name
Friends
of it.
or something? Or?
Yeah, Friends of Tiny Homes or something like that. But they have been posting pictures of the walk path because they've been walking on it. So
Oh,
there's
yeah.
pictures of that on there too.
Oh, good,
Mm-hmm.
good. Wait till we can get, because they got a dog and they like to do a lot of walking. Wait till we get that thing completely done. I really think it's more than a mile around the whole place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A mile. We got a walk path. You guys can walk every night or every morning.
It's going to be awesome,
Yeah.
and there's going to be a lot of people. We, I think Pam, the paper that she gave you the other day, wasn't it 44 people that's
Yeah.
bought our houses is going to be in that community out of the 68.
Yeah. Well, and
Well,
there's more, but they haven't made up their mind
They
what
haven't
kind of
made
house they
it-
want
Exactly, there is, yeah. So
yet.
there'll be
Yeah,
more than-
people in there and of
around
course-
60 homes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, that's great. It's facilitating our company to put homes in there, plus the beach, and then, of course, the prairie, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, great exercise path. The pics of Vic and Yvonne posted today were gorgeous. Yeah, Dana put on there because I thought I had seen that on there. I was looking at something.
Yeah, so go to our Facebook
Mm-hmm.
for stuff like that. You guys want to see updates? And
Now, good question. Holly wants to know, can there be a path on the other side of the tracks?
the big railroad track?
Yeah. There's nothing over on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 2 acres of river property, but that's just, that's a whole nother project in
That's-
itself.
yes.
I'd like to get there. Now, you can hike over there. It's real awkward to cross the tracks. It's super rocky and big and over that.
It's just
so-
not ready for anybody
No,
yet.
and I just don't have the money or anything to do
Yeah.
that with, yeah.
Yeah, doing everything in
But it'd be
stages.
really pretty if
Yeah.
you want to walk over there, and we'll try to make it a little bit more accessible for sure
Mm-hmm.
in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else, Amanda?
We're caught up on questions. Did you want to talk about anything else? Or you got anything? What else you got, Randy?
No, I think
Now that's a good question, Donna. Will we need bug control? That's a great
Bug?
question. Like, what's the person called? It comes out. The term.
Exterminator.
I almost said the Terminator. The Terminator's gonna come. Do they need a Terminator?
I don't know. You know what? When we had our resort and I had 70-some cabins, people from the Midwest
Yes.
couldn't stand one ant.
And that is true. Well, that's like your mom. She's like that.
People from Cincinnati South could care less.
Your mom would see one ant and say she was infested.
Yeah.
That's just
So if you think you need an exterminator, that's really up to you.
And they'll put you on a monthly plan. Those places like that, you just call them. they'd put you on a plan. They'd charge $15.
I was laying in bed last night. I was laying in bed. No, it's laid down, and I had that skylight in Cindy's house.
Yeah.
I look up, and there's a spider crawling around on that glass.
Oh yeah,
I said, well, okay.
I know.
So I opened up the skylight and let him out, and he wouldn't go, so I just smashed him with my phone.
Oh, Randy.
I went back to sleep.
That's ugly.
Yeah. Well,
Now, Holly said Dinah traps work, so that's good, whatever that is. I don't know what those are, but.
Yep, and I did
Yeah.
I did some work with a guy one time, and they used rosemary and incense and stuff
Yeah.
around their threshold and around the house and stuff that can keep bugs
There's
away.
all kinds of things that you can use. So, yeah. And that's just like, there's snakes, there's all kinds of things. You're in the woods, so, most
Man,
people.
why don't I just hold that camera so you can talk?
Okay. You know what? I'll sit here.
What
and
did you
just be
say?
quiet.
There's snakes and
I'll
stuff?
be quiet. I'm just going to be quiet.
What'd you say while you twirl your
Let's
hair?
see how you do. I'll be quiet.
She's just fiddling with her hair,
I'm just going to
everybody.
be quiet. That's my earrings. My earrings are cat earrings. Meow. See? Meow. Go ahead, Randy. You go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Oh, no. Let's hear what you got to say.
No, you're fine.
No, you
I
go.
like what you say, Amanda.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I like the way you talk.
Okay. See,
Is
hey,
there any more questions before we head off?
I don't know if everybody has seen this, but I love that live edge siding, that live edge fascia, and this barn.
Ain't that pretty? Mm-hmm.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
We've got a bunch of that live edge, so if you do like that live edge, and also remember this, everybody, when we sell you an RJO or whatever home, a lot of people are saying to me, hey, it's called contractor's choice, right? When you say to me, go at it and do whatever I want,
You're gonna
that
get a
means
nice
I'm going to do
surprise.
whatever I want. So you can't come back and say, well, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want that. It's already done. And it's a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I can't take it back. So just remember, I will do my best, and I love designing, I love throwing stuff in a flare.
Touch on a trash pickup with the convenience center down the road, things like that.
Yes. Right now, we would, the way it is, if you lived there right now and you had a bag of trash, you're going to throw it in your car and you're going to go down the street and you're going to go to a convenience center, a bunch of dumpsters, you take it out of your car and you throw it in the dumpster.
And that's what the whole place does.
That's
the
what
whole
I've done for
Newport.
30-some years since I lived in Tennessee. We have a convenience center. Now, Amanda lives in Morristown and they have trash pickup.
We've always had trash pickup.
But here in Cobb County, they don't. You got to throw your trash, take it to the convenience center.
Exactly.
We are thinking about trying to have a trash pickup just for here, but we need the truck, the person to do it, all that stuff.
It'll evolve.
Yeah.
Changing the subject just a little bit, the website and placing your order and talking about the
We're
new
working with a
yes,
web designer right now, actually working with a couple.
with a couple.
And because of the mathematics behind it and the layout of this thing, I want so much to be able to get on the internet, and you guys can get on the website and just calculate what you want, pick out what you want, boom, there it is, total. Combined with pictures, numbers, pricing, all that stuff, and it'll evolve. That's a website that's always growing and changing.
Randy, can a Freedom-style home hold strong through an upper peninsula winter minus 40 below? That's a great question.
That's a really good question.
It is. Glad
40
you asked it.
Upper Peninsula, man, it gets cold up there.
Yes,
I'm
so
gonna tell you
cold.
where you lose your heat. If we were gonna do it I'd probably spray foam a little bit more in, we did one, it was fiberglass and I used 2x6s. Actually, Ellen's is from Chicago.
Oh, is it?
We did hers out of 2x6 walls.
Okay.
We put R19. Now, if we spray foam, I'd probably put a little bit more. The biggest thing is skirting.
It's underneath, isn't it?
You gotta skirt that thing. Keep that wind from blowing underneath the house.
Okay. so
Yeah,
you have
I
to
don't
do
see,
that.
the amount of spray foam we put in walls and ceilings is what they do in regular residential homes.
Okay. Good.
And,
well,
yeah.
I'll also touch on the mini split and a stove, things like that. So what's the difference there?
Now, a mini split,
It's
is it raining?
raining. Well, thank God.
The mini splits, they have what they call a hyper heat mini split from Mitsubishi. And what we try to do is anybody from Cincinnati north, we encourage them to go with a hyper heat. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's known to produce heat at sub-zero temperatures. So they're still a heat pump, but they're able to produce with low voltage, low output, they still only draw 6 or 8 amps, which is amazing. So when you're 20 below, Normally, heat pump won't even blow out any heat. They'll put out heat.
So if you're in somewhere that cold, you need a stove.
You need a hyperheat system. If I was like that, I wouldn't rely on that because, man, if the power goes out and it's 40 below, you better have some supplemental heat.
Yeah, I've always pretty much had a stove in the house just in case. But
Yeah.
Of course,
And
it don't get that cold here.
Yeah, and I bought a wood stove online, and I'll show it to you. I bought it. I'm going to build me a little house here probably pretty quick. Nothing fancy here, buddy. I'm going to get something just to get me in. But a little bitty wood stove was $119 from Amazon.
Yeah, it was.
And it was really cool.
Gina wants to know, will you offer skirting, building it for us in the community?
Yeah, oh, I'd love to. We'll skirt it. You name it, we'll do all that for
Okay,
you.
and we'll get a price and everything like that, depending on what size your house is, right?
Yeah, skirting, decks, all that.
Holly wants to know, do they have recycling? I'm sure they do over at the convenience center.
Yeah.
Um,
I got one thing I wanted to say. Okay. I want to put storage facility here. All right? So I'm going to put that out there, and I'm going to come up with a plan later for you guys. But be thinking about this. If you're one of the people staying here, living here, all right, what I'd like to do is build a storage facility where you could get a room that's 10 by 10. Okay? It's your place to park your stuff.
yeah.
A lot of times everybody talks about, I need more space because I got more stuff and I want to keep it. Now, that's controversial because most people say, well, you don't need a storage facility because you should get rid of all your stuff because you live in a tiny home. I kind of believe that way too.
But you can't do that always.
But you accumulate stuff. You may have a motorcycle. You may have heirlooms. You may have stuff your kids give you. You may have stuff that you don't want in your house
And something.
and you want to keep it,
Yeah.
right? So I want to build storage facilities to rent you all. They're 10 by 10, all right? So I talked to a guy today that we can install these things, and it's going to cost about $1,500 per unit. That's all. That's with a roll-up garage door, right? The building and everything. So they won't be insulated. There won't be heating and air, but it's just a storage 10 by 10. It's a big, long commercial facility like you guys see out on the road somewhere. So if I had, if everybody wants to put in, if you wanted it, $1,500, and then you're gonna have, I will give you your money back, free storage, for 2 years. Okay? So for 2 years, if you want to pay in advance for a 10 by 10 storage unit, I got to have so many. And I'm going to figure all this up and get the numbers to you.
And do we kind of know about when they would be available-ish?
Probably after the first of the year.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So if we want it, I've got to pour a concrete slab. And even though I have one down here, it's kind of broke up. I'm going to pour a real pretty concrete slab. So if you want a 10 by 10 storage unit for $1,500, that'll pay the rental for 2 years. I'm just, again, taking your $1,500, building it, and it's there. And but I'm going to work on the numbers and try to help you because you're helping us get the storage unit together. So that third year, we'll work something out, or I may even get it to you for however. I'm just trying to get it built, give you guys a break, and give you a place to put your stuff.
And Lynn wants to know, Lynn Lowe, hey Lynn, where will they be located in the community?
They will be down, out of the way. We have this big concrete that we're on, and it sets high. The other one, it drops down, and that's where it's going to be way over here. I'm going to build a tree line and fence it. It'll be real pretty.
And Lori said that she would love to be a part of starting a community, either library or like a book nook kind of thing. That's cute. So I think that's great, Lori.
That'd be neat.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think most of the people that's going to be in the community are going to want to create and do stuff like that.
See, that's the stuff I want to do in the future. I think we're going to run out of room for the things that we can do here, It'd be cool to have a library, or, each little community is going to grow and do more stuff in each little community. Somebody asked today, is there going to be a dog lot in each one? I'm going to try to put a dog run and dog lot in each community.
Each community.
We'll have a little garden and farming area. There'll be gardening in each area, except for the beach. It'll share this one out here. But there'll be gardening over there where the forest is.
Also, somebody, just to reiterate, you said the containers are not going to be climate controlled.
The container. Oh, you mean the storage?
The storage units.
Storage
yes.
units, you're right.
Somebody asked, on the skirting, they said, whenever you do the skirting, is it insulated in the skirting?
We put a foam board behind it, like a
foam
1-inch foam board. All you need to do on skirting is keep that wind from blowing underneath the house. We put a little foam board and that keeps it from doing it. Yep.
Yeah, and thank you, Lynn, for saying we deliver to Oregon.
Yep.
Oregon, and the cost is roughly around $2.50 a mile, right?
Well,
or is it went
the
up?
further you go with a house,
More-
the least they charge,
Okay.
the less they charge per mile.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Oregon's probably $5,000-6,000.
Holly wants to know, what about fire pits? What's the deal with it? Will everybody be able to build a fire, or do they have to go to central place?
I want to have a fire pit for everybody. I love building a fire at night.
I do too.
So I've got my ideas on that.
Good.
I've got these, well, what we're gonna do is recycle all of our 50-gallon drums that we use for our spray foam. And I'm cutting them all, and we're making fire rings.
Now, Holly wants to know, this is a good question. Will you address barking dogs? Like if somebody has a barking dog outside. Stop! You did not just do that. You're so ugly. Everybody, you see why we ain't together? Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying right there.
Jeez.
No, but there is, of course, there's laws in place. You have to have, you can't have a barking dog
We'll
up
issue
there.
out shock collars.
Stop. And we're gonna put one on you. What is the matter with you? You nut job. Good God.
You know what? This is
You
my
need to be
everybody.
medicated.
This is my whole scenario in this community. All right.
Yes.
Barking dogs, cigarette smokers, loud music. Hanging clothes on a line and putting chickens under your porch.
You can't do it.
All right. Listen. This is my philosophy, and
Yeah.
I don't know how long it'll last. I hope it works great, and it's this way it's going to happen. I'm not going to have a 50-page bylaw.
No.
I am not going to be the cop that's going to call Randy. This guy's doing this, whatever, right? I'm not going to do it. What the United States was built on, when we came here, we didn't have ordinances. The city had all kinds of people. You know what we did? We had to get along. If we didn't get along, we had to talk to each other. We had to figure things out. Now, and I know there's going to be people with ego and pride that will not allow to bend and not
Right.
want to bend. You will not last long here if you don't bend.
Yeah. You got to try and get along.
We all have to get along.
And be considerate of everybody else.
Yeah.
There's just certain things, and, just like Randy said, just talk to each other. It's all you can do.
And that's what it was always about. It was always about, there are some cities right now that do not have zoning and don't have those kind of bylaws, and people just have to, you got to go over and knock on your neighbor, and you're going to say, you can't walk over to your neighbor and say, hey, and give them the right act, like Dana would, and come over there and tell them, get it down off there.
Don't call her out. That's so ugly.
Dana.
Leave her alone.
And so, but if you go over there and don't do like Dana and go over there and try to be, or like Amanda would tell me, Randy, get your dog off here. Wouldn't you, Amanda?
I'd say, well,
But anyway, you just got to be able to talk. And that's part of being able to, just to get along.
Here's what to do. Take them something to eat whenever you want
There you
something.
go.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's
All right.
the Southern way.
My whole philosophy in this too, and I told somebody this one time, they said, what if somebody doesn't pay their rent? Everybody's going to do this. I know they're going to do it now. And I said, what if you don't want to pay, you can't pay your rent? Well, you're going to call and say, hey, I don't have money for my rent or whatever, and we'll say, okay, well, we'll try to add it on, try to figure it out for the next month. Well, it goes on a couple, 3 or 4 months. Maybe you don't hear from them. Maybe the person hit hard times, right? We're not going to hook a truck to it and haul you out of here. My thing is we want to try to help. There's a reason why somebody can't pay a $200 a month rent.
Right, true.
Okay, and that's super minimum. It's not, as you all know, it's not going to break anybody. So they're usually going through something, and that's the time I think we as people and human beings are supposed to pitch in. Like Amanda said, take them something to eat.
Yeah.
I'll say, what can you afford? Can you afford $100? Yeah, I can go to $100. Well, let me get you by for a couple months until you can get back on track. Is there something we can do to help? And I'm not going to just kick them out or give them an eviction notice and all that. We're going to try to help each other. And I don't know. I don't know. I want to do that no matter how big we get. I think it's part of it. And having a staff and being able to have an intimate somewhat
Yeah.
with everybody that knows everybody.
Well, and listen, that the majority is like that. The people that we have encountered in the 4.5 years, and even when we were at Brothers Cove and stuff, the majority of the people are good, and they
Yeah.
want to do good, and they want to pay bills. They want to do all
Yeah.
that stuff. So it's
And I
going to
think
be
somebody,
few and far between.
I know, and I think people that don't pay, there's a reason why. I mean, I don't think they're here to rip us off.
You know, somebody
You
just
know?
said pay it forward. Let me tell you something that bugs the crap out of me. I
Pay
can't
it
stand
forward.
this. Yeah.
Who said what?
Somebody said pay it forward. You know how
does
you
that
help
mean?
people out? Well, where you go help somebody out, you just pay it forward. It was a movie.
Oh,
Randy's out of it. Anyway, I cannot stand when people say, oh, the Lord's blessed me. Somebody paid, the person behind me paid for my biscuit at Chick-fil-A. That gets on my nerves. It's like, why don't you do something, not give them 100 calories and heart disease, you know? Don't take it on your nerves. Oh, the Lord's provided me a biscuit today. Are you kidding me? Do something else for them. Go over and help them paint their shutters or clean up their yard or mow or something. Don't be giving them no biscuit. Pay for people's food and Starbucks. Oh, somebody paid for my Starbucks. Oh, they really needed that $8 cappuccino.
got to go.
I've always wanted to tell that. I just want to tell that gets on my nerves. Do not buy me a biscuit. You know what? If I found out that somebody bought my food, fast food, I'd be like, no, I ain't doing it. I'm going to pay for it.
I'll take a biscuit.
Do you want a biscuit?
I'll take a free biscuit.
Embarrassing. Good God. Jeez.
Get off your soapbox, man.
I am. They agree too. That's right. Isn't that
That's right.
crazy?
That's right.
Buying people a biscuit and you bless somebody. Get real.
Bless them.
Go do something that's going to really help them.
Yeah. It's like when I lost the resort, what was in sin. And now that maybe I'm, you know, then when you try to do better, well, God's blessing you. Where was he when I was going down the drain?
Exactly.
I'm just as much a sinner now as I was then.
Oh, Lord, how funny.
Yeah.
Well, good deal.
But I was talking to somebody today about their kids and stuff. Well, it was, and they were talking about how hard it is nowadays for kids, you
Yeah.
know. And we've all talked about our kids, and everybody knows this stuff. And it was about peer pressure. And I know peer pressure is tough on this generation now.
Oh, it is.
And I've never succumbed to peer pressure. I don't know why. It just never hit me. I was like, I probably should, but I never did. I was oblivious to it. So when it was about what I wore or how I acted or what I
Yeah.
did or anything like that, I never had a problem with it for it or something. But it is tough on it. You don't have the right clothes. You don't talk the way. You don't look a certain way. If you're too heavy and or you're too thin, or if you got acne and all these things, and it causes so much pressure.
It does.
And as you guys know, if you all had kids, that has got to be the most, you know, worst thing in the world for a parent, you know, worry about. It's like
Yes.
I was telling somebody, I said, you know, I never lose sleep, ever. I mean, no matter what's going on here, I can turn it off and go to sleep, except those kids. And that's when you lose sleep. And that's my only weakness, and I'm sure it's everybody's weakness if you're a parent, you know. And
That's right.
and that's why I think what we're doing gives pride to the guys working here, the people that work here. We got a lot of young people working here.
That's
They're
right.
proud of what they're doing. And I remember when we had Landon working here,
Oh, I
he
know.
didn't play football. He didn't do
No.
any of that. And he said when they found out, the kids, he said, geez, man, people ask me what I do, and I tell them I build tiny homes. He said, God, I was as popular as the football players, you know? I was
He
like,
did. That is right.
yeah, he said, I was like the quarterback on the team, you know?
Yes.
And I thought that was just so cool that we were able to help him through high school and get an identity with that. And he was proud of the fact that he was building tiny
I
homes.
remember that.
I want to give pride back to craftsmen.
Yes.
That's, as you all know, it's a stigma that most craftsmen are drunks and drug addicts and low-life people, and they just, you know, they're just worthless human beings is mostly, you know. We work with our hands. We're welders, we're pipe fitters, we're plumbers, we're carpenters, we're roofers, we're doing everything, everybody here. And I want to bring pride to that industry.
Yeah.
You know, and the pride is what we do, and that's why I bring this show to you every night and show you how we build. And you guys have seen the guys working. I wish I could share with you every story of guests that come here and they talk about our guys. Even the new men that are here, new and girls that are working here now, and how hard they work, and how fast they work, and how diligent they work, and how happy they are. And when you walk through here, they love helping you out and telling you what they're doing, and they're excited about what they're doing.
Right.
To me, we just started,
Yeah.
you know? So,
And introduce, where the schools and stuff, they don't offer classes like this. There's hardly, the kids anymore, boys or girls, either one, don't know how to work with their hands and do things like that. So you offering that to a younger crowd, and bringing them in here, it's gonna make a difference.
it takes a massive amount of energy to do this, because you're taking a person that has nothing, no experience hardly at all. And we have to teach them, but we have to create an income.
Yeah.
We cannot afford to have a person not be productive and make money for what we're paying them. It's not a donated wage that I'm giving these guys.
That's
They
right.
have to produce more than what I pay.
Yes.
That's hard to do.
That's right.
Because when you got so many guys, they come to a certain point where they start framing and they get to the next stage and they're slow. And so it's a dance. I'm always shuffling and going.
Yes.
We need staining. We need wood cut. We need trusses built. We need walls built. We need headers built. We got a framing coming in. All that energy and all them thoughts, I have to have written on paper. And I got every sequence of this home that's being built. Where are these stored? Where are these laid at? Where are the nails, the screws? Who's doing what and when? And then how are they progressing and being smarter and being better productive as humans, that they can build a whole house within a year?
And I love that Marianne said this. She said, in Norway, good carpenters and other tradesmen have high status. You value people
I know.
Who take pride in their work. And the craftsmen and artists and stuff like Lynn was saying too. They're getting a bad rap, and I don't understand why. It's like, boy, when you need them, you're looking for them.
Years ago, back in
know?
the 50s, 40s and 50s,
Oh.
there were men that were proud of their
Yes.
trade, and it's gotten off somewhere, and I don't know why, but I'd like to. Amanda had a great idea. I don't know if we ought to share it, about that picture.
Yeah. Go ahead.
She, the old picture of the guys up on the high-rise iron workers, and they're all busted for lunch, and they're oversitting the city, and they're sitting on the big I-beams back in the 40s, building big skyscrapers.
Yeah.
And they were just hardworking men and women, and we were wanting to recreate that photograph with all the guys taking a break, eating lunch, just like their grandfathers did.
That's right.
Back then. So I thought that would be a cool, then and now
And,
picture.
and two, along with that, what really kind of started this, or me even thinking about that, Randy come up with wants to start doing what in the shop? I want you to share that.
Putting up signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to put up sayings that mean a lot to me. My biggest thing is inconvenience. When you embrace inconvenience is when you start winning. Okay, when you embrace inconvenience, which is hunger. It could be sore feet, knees. It could be loneliness. It could be any of the things that you're fighting that's an inconvenience. We as human beings are inconvenienced by bugs, by too cold, too hot, too humid, too rainy, too dry, too hungry, not enough food, not enough salt, not enough pepper, not enough everything is to be a constant negative around you.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
We have to stop the negative.
Stop it. Just
Stop.
embrace it.
Yes.
Embrace
Yeah.
the inconvenience.
That's
And when
right.
you do, your whole life changes. Your whole outlook on everything. It's raining now.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I love it, even though we don't need it right now. It's part of it. You embrace it. It's good. You get stronger, you get bigger. And so I want signs and sayings up here. One of the things, of course, is, that the Rocky Balboa one on
Yeah.
what Amanda got me,
Rocky
the
V.
poster. It's not how hard, you've been hit. It's how many times you can keep getting up after you've been hit.
Yeah.
It's like you just keep getting up. You keep getting up. I don't care if you keep hitting, you keep getting up. And you embrace that. It's like when we worked here Saturday, we were at 15 trusses.
Yeah.
And we thought, It was Saturday, and it was 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
It was 93, 94 degrees.
The guys
It
are
was
hot. They're almost dehydrated. They
It's
didn't
hot.
want to work anymore. Their legs, their feet, and everything was hurting and everything. They want to go home.
Yeah.
And I just took a vote. I said, what do you guys want to do? They couldn't make up their mind, and they thought, well, we'll come back on a Sunday. I said, you know what? You guys give me 2 more hours.
Yeah,
And sure enough, in 2 hours, we threw up 5 more trusses.
that's right.
Got done. Everybody was like excited.
You
It
got to
felt
rest
so
Sunday.
good, an
Yeah.
accomplishment. So we embraced that discomfort. We embraced the hurt of our bodies and everything else, and we pushed through it, and we became successful. So that's the kind of thing I want to do, is motivate people that come in here and see that. That's what you do. And another thing is just do better. One man that got me a sign, I've been trying to tell her to get, she ordered them for me. It was one that says, when you know to do better, and when you know to do better, do better.
It was like, do what you can until you know to do better.
That's
and when
it.
you know better, do better.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's it. Yeah.
That was it. So,
Yeah. And I just want to mention a few things. This kind of ties in with it. Cindy Caton put on here, but my late husband was a tile setter, and he did a beautiful job and had pride. He provided it, and every job he did, she said it was so beautiful, and she said, I sure do miss him. And I think Lynn has lost her husband, and there's a lot of people that has had loss of their spouse, loss of their kids, loss of their family, and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
there's
man.
just, we all go through some type of loss, some type of something in our life.
Yeah.
We're all the same.
that's right.
All of us the same.
My cousin Sue, if she's watching,
Yes.
I want to tell her I love her, and what was that, her husband's funeral? Mm-hmm. And he was a coal miner,
Yeah.
and massively respected by his church and his community. He worked hard for a living, and you know what? I read actually a scene about coal miners in West Virginia and stuff back in the 30s and 40s. My grandfather was a coal miner. My dad was a coal miner. All my relatives are coal miners there. All my cousins were coal miners, and there's a pride about that.
Yeah.
That they made a living under the ground.
That's right.
That was. Can you imagine going into coal mines? It was
No.
2 foot to 36 inches
No.
high,
Yeah.
a mile or 2 back in the mountain. You can't ever stand
No.
up till you get back out 12, 14 hours later.
I couldn't imagine it.
We don't know what work is.
No.
We don't know. This is just heaven here, you
I
know? Yeah.
And you know, you need to take the times when there's a time to laugh, just laugh. Because you're going to have the time to cry.
yeah.
There's
I
going to be
think-
plenty of times you're going to be crying.
Everybody, I've cried so much. I don't know if me just getting older, but man, I am just so glad to be alive. This business has been such a struggle, and it's hurt really hard in the past. And I'm just like, I'm just embracing every little nice moment that happens, and I'm loving what we're doing. And it's like, when you've been hit about as hard as you think you can been hit, everything else is like a piece of cake,
Yeah.
So, long hour, everything. I'm loving every bit of it. I love you guys for believing in us, in the communities that we're doing, and all this stuff. I don't want to blah, blah, blah.
And listen, and the jam's coming, so there's going to be some laughs coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna have lots of fun, and
When is
when
it?
you all live here,
Yeah.
oh my God! I was telling Victor tonight, he was walking his dog, and I was moving all the houses after everybody left, and I said, God, can you imagine if we get to build that lodge,
Oh.
and everybody, they're gonna be like sofas and chairs just to hang out,
You
and Dave's
should-
place.
You should see the lodge, the little lodge, I will say, that Randy built at Brothers Cove. That thing's massive.
Go on
Gorgeous.
brotherscove.com.
And
all
he
right?
called it the Countryman's Lodge.
Go to brotherscove.com and look at the lodge up there.
Beautiful.
Wall of glass and everything, and I want to have.
I love that place.
Dave's my chef. He's my buddy's a chef.
Chef
And I
David.
want inside the lodge to be called Dave's Place. And Dave is a chef, and he'll be cooking and stuff. And I'm hoping he'll get to do that after we get it built.
That's right.
Yeah. So if you guys want to help wash dishes, go in the back. You want to help wait tables, grab a plate and take it to somebody visiting us. People coming from all over the country and all over the
Everywhere.
world
Yeah.
to see the true American dream that came alive right
That's
here.
right.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
The
that's
American
right.
dream. All right. Everybody have a great night.
Yeah.
We'll be back here tomorrow, and Lord willing, right? Or if the creeks don't rise.
Isn't it Creek? Didn't you say it was something about the Indians?
Indians, Creek Indians.
A type of Indians.
Yeah, down in Chattanooga, the Creek's Indians. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody always got that wrong.
They don't rise and cut our heads off.
What? Stop. Why do you have to end on something
Like a
ugly?
barking dog.
Oh, stop did. You're
Everybody,
so ugly.
have a great night.
Oh,
Hopefully,
ugh.
Amanda,
Every time I look at you, ugh.
bye. Look at you. Get that camera off.
What did you say? What did you say about me?
I've got to go out here. I've got to take care of the situation.
I know. Bye, everybody.